University Challenge. Asking the questions, Jeremy Paxman.
Hello. One of the UK's largest universities, twice champions in this series, is taking on an institution making its debut. There's a place in the second round for the winners and potentially a place in the playoffs for the losers if their score is among the 4 highest losing scores from this round. The Open University is celebrating its 50th birthday this year. Championed by Harold Wilson and brought to life by the then Education Secretary Jenny Lee, it received its Royal Charter in 1969 and took its first students 2 years later. So far, it's taught about 2 million people, including the actors Sheila Hancock and Julie Christie and the comedian Sir Lenny Henry. The former Prime Minister Gordon Brown and the astronomer Jocelyn Bell Burnell are among those who've taught there. So representing an institution that lifted our trophy in 1984 and 1999 and playing on behalf of the current intake of around 168,000 students with an average age of 52, let's meet the Open team.
Hi, I'm David from Barry and I'm studying PPE.
Hello, I'm Liz from Lancing in West Sussex and I'm studying English Literature and Language.
This is their captain.
Hi, I'm Bill from near Woodbridge in Suffolk. I'm studying for a Masters in Maths.
Hello, I'm Michaela O'Brien. I come from Milan in Italy. I live in Hampshire and I'm studying Humanities with Art History and Classical Studies.
Now, the University of Huddersfield is the debutante team tonight. The Young Men's Mental Improvement Society of 1841 is usually cited as its official forebear. A series of name changes and mergers followed until Huddersfield Polytechnic came about in 1970, achieving university status in 1992. Harold Wilson had a finger in this pie too. The building housing the School of Human and Health Sciences is named after him. Alumni include the BBC sports correspondent Sally Nugent, the creator and star of Citizen Khan, Adil Ray, and Baroness Susan Williams of Trafford. With an average age of 40 and representing around 18,000 students, let's meet the Huddersfield team.
Hello, my name is Sean. I'm from Huddersfield and I'm studying for a PhD in history.
Hi, I'm Rebecca from Leeds and I'm studying for a PhD in chemistry.
And this is their captain.
Hi, I'm Andy, originally from Walsall in the West Midlands, and I'm studying for a PhD in history.
Hi, I'm Aaron. I'm from Norwich in Norfolk, and I'm studying drama.
Well, the teams may change, but the rules don't. 10 points for starters, 15 for bonuses. Fingers on the buzzers. Here's your first starter for 10. Meanings of what 6-letter word include an unjustified use of a comma to join ropes or cables and the wedge-shaped end of a cricket bat handle?
Huddersfield Cook.
Splice.
Splice is correct, yes. You get 3 bonuses on 18th century satire, Huddersfield. Which author and journalist satirised claims of racial purity in the 1701 poem The True-Born Englishman?
Swift?
No, it's Daniel Defoe. Secondly, a massive crow perches on a distant tree whilst another tree appears to grow out of a bridge in Satire on Perspective, an engraving of 1754 by which English artist?
Hogarth?
It was by Hogarth. And finally, sometimes thought to be satiric in intent, a divertimento of 1787 by which composer is often given the English title A Musical Joke?
It's Mozart.
Nominate Fisher.
Mozart.
Mozart is correct, yes. Right, 10 points for this. Michael Jago, Francis Beckett and John Bew are among recent biographers of which Prime Minister? He served as Postmaster General under Ramsay MacDonald and Deputy Prime Minister under Winston Churchill.
Open Woodbridge.
Attlee.
Clem Attlee is correct, yes. So you get your first set of bonuses open and they're on wildflowers. In each case, the common name includes the name of a bird, for example, the pheasant's eye. Firstly, after a bird of the family Corvidae, what is the common name of Ranunculus aquatilis? It has buttercup-like white flowers with yellow centres and forms mats in ponds and streams.
Crow's foot.
Yes, it's crowfoot, I'll accept that. Secondly, also including the name of a bird, what is the common name of Erodium cicutarium, a member of the geranium family that grows on sandy soils and bears clusters of pink flowers?
Periwinkle.
No, it's a stork's bill or heron's bill. And finally, after a migratory bird, what is the two-word common name of Arum maculatum, the arum lily, also known as lords and ladies?
Swan's foot.
No, it's cuckoo pint. 10 points for this. Fort Langley, near the mouth of the Fraser River, was a predecessor of which major seaport? Renamed in 1886 after an 18th century English navigator, it's on a similar latitude to Paris and Prague and a similar longitude to San Francisco. It hosted the Winter Olympics in 2010.
Huddersfield Cahill.
Vancouver.
Vancouver is correct, yes. Your bonuses this time are on astronomy and mythology, Huddersfield. What in 1949 became the second moon of Neptune to be discovered? Its diameter is around 1/8 of that of the planet's largest moon, Triton.
Any thoughts?
Ariel.
Sorry?
Ariel.
Yeah. Ariel?
No, it's Nereid. Secondly, usually cited as 50 in number, the sea nymphs, known in Greek mythology as the Nereids, were the offspring of Nereus and which sea goddess, the daughter of Oceanus and Tethys?
Sea goddess. No, sorry.
It's Doris. Finally, giving her name to a moon of Neptune, which of the Nereids was the lover of the shepherd Acis, who, according to Ovid, was killed by the jealous Cyclops Polyphemus?
Try Ariel again.
Yeah. Ariel again.
Galatea. Right, we're going to take a picture round now. For your picture starter, you'll see the phase diagram for carbon dioxide with the 3 conventional phases of matter indicated using different colours. For 10 points, give the name of the type of phase transition indicated by the black arrow on the diagram.
Huddersfield Cook.
Deposition?
Anyone like to buzz from open?
Open Woodbridge.
Liquid to gas.
No, it's melting or fusion. Right, we're going to take the picture bonuses in a moment or two. In the meantime, here's a starter question. After a domestic animal, what 6-letter botanical term may be defined as an elongated cluster of single-sex flowers bearing scaly bracts and usually lacking petals, for example, on a willow or birch tree?
Open Woodbridge.
Catkin.
Catkin is correct. So you get the picture bonuses, 3 more same phase diagrams annotated to indicate 3 more phenomena. Firstly, what type of phase transition is indicated by the arrow here? I need a single 10-letter word specific to this transition.
Sublimation.
No, it's deposition. Secondly, which 13-letter adjective is usually applied to fluids existing in the region shown here in yellow?
Supersaturated.
No, it's supercritical. And finally, what term is usually used to describe the point indicated here?
The triple point.
That is the triple point, yes. Right, 10 points for this. In October 2018, Dr. Donna Strickland became the first woman in 55 years and only the 3rd ever to receive what specific acknowledgement of her scientific accomplishments?
Huddersfield Cook.
Nobel Prize for Physics?
Correct. Right, Huddersfield, these bonuses are on word derivations. Now meaning dismal or gloomy, what adjective comes from an Old English term suggesting raining or dripping blood? It appears in the first line of Edgar Allan Poe's poem, The Raven.
Drizzle?
No, it's dreary, once upon a midnight dreary. From the Greek for blood, what 4-letter term denotes a compound of a ferrous iron and a porphyrin present in biological pigments?
Yeah. Heme.
Heme is correct, yes. And finally, incorporating the Latin word for blood, what term denotes a relationship by descent from a common ancestor?
Consanguination.
Yeah. Nominate Fisher.
Is it consanguination?
I'll accept that, yes, it's consanguinity. Right, 10 points for this. What substance was originally prepared as a yellow dye by the German chemist Julius Wilbrand in 1860?
Open Woodbridge.
Aniline.
No, I'm afraid you lose 5 points. Wilbrand in 1863, with its explosive properties being discovered in 1891. It is commonly known by a 3-letter abbreviation.
Huddersfield Cook.
TNT.
TNT is correct, yes. You get 3 bonuses on chemistry, Huddersfield. Born in 1875, which US chemist gives his name to representations of molecular structure in which bonding electron pairs and lone pairs are shown using dots and/or lines?
Nominate Wilson.
Fisher.
No, it's Lewis representation. The strongest of covalent bonds, what bond is formed by the overlap of atomic orbitals or hybrid orbitals along the bond axis? I need a single Greek letter.
Greek letters for bonds. Sigma.
Sigma is correct. Indicated as an extra line in a Kekulé structure, what bond is formed perpendicular to a sigma bond between the same atoms? Again, I need a single Greek letter.
Pi.
Pi is correct. Well done. 10 points for this. The hierophants of an unapprehended inspiration, the unacknowledged legislators of the world. These words appear in an essay in defence of what literary form and its writers, the author of the essay being Shelley?
Huddersfield Cook.
Poetry.
Poetry is correct, yes. 3 questions on a bird for your bonuses, Huddersfield. Alluding to Greek mythology, poets including Sir Philip Sidney and T.S. Eliot refer to which bird as Philomel or Philomela?
Eagle.
No, it's the nightingale. In his 1835 poem, The Progress of Rhyme, which English poet described the nightingale's song as choo-choo, choo-choo, and higher still, cheer, 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 more loud and shrill?
Keats.
That was John Clare. And who, finally, in a work first published in 1819, addressed the nightingale as thou light-winged dryad of the trees?
That's Keats, I think.
That is Keats, yes. Right, 10 points for this. I need 2 surnames here, both born in 1918. Which 2 men were consecutive presidents of their country, the position changing hands in September 1970? One led his nation during the Six-Day War against Israel. His successor agreed peace at the Camp David Accords.
Open Woodbridge.
Nasser and Sadat.
Correct. These bonuses are on the deaths of saints, Open University. Killed in 258 during the persecution of the Emperor Valerian, which saint is traditionally believed to have met his death being grilled on a gridiron? Hagiographers claim that during the process he said, "Turn me over, I'm cooked on that side."
St. Lawrence.
Correct. According to tradition, the teacher Cassian, a former bishop of Brescia, was in 363 condemned to die by what process?
Stoning.
No, he was hacked to death by his own students. And finally, clubbed to death in Rome in 288 after recovering from being shot by archers, St. Sebastian was a victim of the persecutions carried out under which emperor?
Diocletian.
Diocletian is correct. We're going to take a music round now. For your music starter, you're going to hear a piece of popular music. 10 points if you can name the band.
Open Homes.
Bleu.
Blur is correct, girls and boys. That was from their album Park Life, one of a wave of releases seen as forming the epicentre of the cultural movement known as Britpop. 25 years on, your music bonuses are 3 more singles from 1994, similarly regarded at the time as part of the Britpop phenomenon. Name the band in each case. Firstly...
Supergrass.
That is Supergrass, Caught by the Fuzz. Secondly...
Elastica.
Elastica, Connection. And finally...
Pulp.
It is Pulp. Do you remember the first time? Well done. 10 points for this. Syrtis Major is an area of basaltic rock stretching approximately 1,000 by 1,200 kilometres and forms a large dark feature on the surface of which planet of the solar system?
Huddersfield Cook.
Mercury.
No? Anyone like to buzz from the Open University?
Open Holmes.
Venus.
No, it's Mars. 10 points for this. Which English cathedral lies roughly midway between Stratford-on-Avon and Cherbourg? Exemplifying the early English phase of Gothic architecture, it's noted for its fine octagonal spire.
Open Woodbridge.
Chichester.
No, you lose 5 points. The tallest surviving in Britain.
Huddersfield Cook.
Salisbury.
Salisbury is, of course, correct. Well done. Right, your bonuses this time, Huddersfield, are on words that can be made using the names of shipping forecast areas. In each case, I need both the shipping forecast area and the new word created. Firstly, add a Spanish definite article to the name of a shipping forecast area to give a word meaning a verse of irregular rhythm.
Oh, L would be the Spanish word, wouldn't it? Thinking of L, what would it be? Definite, or it could be la. No, can't think.
It's dogger and doggerel.
Girl.
Secondly, insert the name of a landlocked country in West Africa into the name of a shipping forecast area to give a word meaning actions that comply with the requirements of etiquette or regulations.
No, sorry.
It's 40s and formalities. And finally, add 4 letters to the name of a shipping forecast area to give a word meaning a wire coil acting as a magnet when carrying a current.
No, sorry.
It's sol and solenoid. 10 points for this. My music is not designed to grab instantly. It's designed to wear for a lifetime, to hold up like a fine cloth. Which singer-songwriter said that? Her studio albums include Night Ride Home, Taming the Tiger and Hegira.
Open Woodbridge.
Joni Mitchell.
Joni Mitchell is right. Didn't know she was so pretentious. Right, your bonuses this time are on the French impressionist Berthe Morisot. Born in 1796, which landscape artist was an early teacher of Berthe Morisot? His works include the 4 Times of Day in the National Gallery.
Poussin.
It's Corot. Secondly, an image of motherhood, Le Berceau, that's B-E-R-C-E-A-U, is one of Morisot's best-known paintings. What's its 6-letter English title?
Bertha.
No, it's The Cradle. And finally, Morisot died in 1895. Several sources list 2 major French artists that she outsold during her lifetime. Name either one. They died in 1926 and 1919, respectively.
Monet.
Monet was one, the other one was Renoir. Well done. Right, 10 points for this. Species or genera of what large family of flowering plants include bog, military, bird's nest, bee and lady's slipper?
Open O'Brien.
Orchids.
Orchids is correct, yes. Your bonuses are on European Rivers Open University. All three answers have three-letter names. Which river separates Poland from Ukraine and then Belarus before flowing west towards the Vistula? It is sometimes given the epithet Western.
The Don.
No, it's the Bug. And secondly, which river rises in the Teutoburg forest and meets the North Sea close to the Dutch border? A major canal links it to Dortmund in the Ruhr area.
I know this, but I can't think of it. Yeah, go for that. But that.
The Elbe.
No, it's the Ems. And finally, which river flows west from the Cevennes to the Garonne? A department of the same name has its prefecture at Cahors.
The Lot.
The Lot is correct. Right, we're going to take a picture round again. For your picture starter, you're going to see a photograph of an animal. For 10 points, give me the two-word name by which this particular species is commonly known.
Huddersfield Cook.
Pine marten.
It is a pine marten, yes. That is one of the threatened species selected for conservation action in the UK as part of DEFRA's Biodiversity Action Plan. Your bonuses are 3 more animals targeted by this programme. In each case, I just want the common name for the points. Firstly, I want a single-word common name here.
Corncrake.
No, that's a bittern. Secondly, I need a 2-word name here.
Oh, now then, it's not a red admiral. Anybody any good on butterflies? White admiral. The only white admiral.
It is a white admiral. Well done. And finally, the 2-word common name of this species, of which you can see a mother and a calf.
Ooh, like a crayfish. Is that a whale? It's a whale, yeah. Yeah. OK, blue whale.
No, it's a humpback whale. Right, 10 points for this. Dated to the 12th century, the Book of the Dun Cow is the earliest extant text in which Western European language? It includes fragments of texts such as the Voyage of Bran and the Cattle Raid of Cooley.
Huddersfield Cook.
Irish Gaelic.
Correct. Your bonuses are on mathematics this time, Huddersfield. Which 17th century mathematician gives his name to a type of prime number of which only 5 have been found to date, the largest being 65,537?
Mathematician.
Euler.
Sorry?
Euler.
Euler.
No, it's Fermat. A Fermat number of the order n is equal to 1 plus what?
N squared.
It's 2 to the 2 to the n. And finally, through correspondence, which fellow French mathematician co-founded the theory of probability with Fermat?
Was it French mathematician? Pascal. Yeah. Pascal.
Pascal is correct. 4 minutes to go, 10 points for this. The title of a satirical film of 2006 by Mike Judge. What word was added to the Oxford English Dictionary in 2018?
Open homes.
Idiocracy.
Idiocracy is correct. Your bonuses are on world events. In each case, name the venue of the Summer Olympic Games in the year that the following events occurred. Firstly, the Maastricht Treaty was signed, the Bosnian War began, and the Los Angeles riots occurred.
Barcelona.
Correct. Secondly, Martin Luther King Jr. was assassinated, the Soviets crushed the Prague Spring, and the Tet Offensive occurred.
68.
Mexico City.
Correct. And finally, Russia invaded Georgia, the Nepalese monarchy was overthrown, and the stock markets crashed on a global scale. Come on.
Athens.
No, it's Beijing. 10 points for this. Produced in the liver, which secretion is released into the small intestine where it emulsifies fat?
Open Woodbridge.
Bile.
Bile is correct. You get these set of bonuses on films of Billy Wilder. Adapted from a novella by James M. Cain, which 1944 film sees an impressionable man lured into committing murder on behalf of his manipulative lover? Come on.
Pass, sorry.
It's Double Indemnity. Ray Milland plays an alcoholic writer in which award-winning film of 1945 by Billy Wilder?
Pass, sorry.
That's The Lost Weekend. And finally, in which 1950 release does Wilder direct Buster Keaton, Erich von Stroheim and Cecil B. DeMille, all of whom played characters in the film?
Pass, sorry.
At Sunset Boulevard. 10 points for this. What part of the body appears in colloquial expressions meaning staggering cheek or effrontery, a troublesome burden?
Huddersfield Cook.
Neck.
Neck is correct. That gives you the lead. Your bonuses are on the Gordon Riots of 1780. The Gordon Riots began as a protest against a Parliamentary Act of 1778 that removed penalties and disabilities imposed upon which minority group?
Roman Catholics. Yeah. Roman Catholics.
Correct. Lord George Gordon, after whom the riots were named, renounced Protestantism in 1787 and converted to which minority religion?
Minority religion. No, I don't think it was one of those, actually.
Come on.
Judaism.
It was Judaism, yes. The Gordon Riots are the background of which novel of 1841 by Charles Dickens? Its characters include Dolly Varden and Geoffrey Haredale.
A Tale of Two Cities.
No, it's Barnaby Rudge. 10 points for this. Sometimes paranoia is just having all the facts. These are the words of which US author, born in 1914. He was known as the godfather of the beats.
Huddersfield Cook.
Jack Kerouac.
No. Anyone like to buzz from over? You may not confer. One of you can buzz.
Open Woodbridge.
Allen Ginsberg.
No, it's William S. Burroughs. 10 points for this. Answer as soon as your name is called. What in degrees is each of the internal angles of a regular nonagon?
Huddersfield Cahill.
40 degrees.
No.
Open Woodbridge.
15 degrees.
No, it's 140 degrees. 10 points for this. The screenplays of William Goldman include which comedy fantasy film of 1987 adapted from his own novel? It features a farmhand called Wesley. And at the gong, the Open University have 125 votes. Huddersfield University have 145. It was the Princess Bride, of course. 125 won't be enough to see you come back as one of the 4 highest scoring losing teams Open, but thank you for joining us. Huddersfield, congratulations to you. We'll see you in the next round. We look forward to that. And I hope you can join us next time for another first-round match. But until then, it's goodbye from the Open University.
Goodbye.
It's goodbye from Huddersfield University.
Bye.
Bye.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.